Hello everyone, welcome back to AK Coding. In today's lesson, we are going to break down one of the most important fundamentals in JavaScript, which we will be using and we will be learning var, let, and const. Even experienced developers sometimes misuse them, so after this video, you will know exactly when you have to use each of them. If you're ready, let's get started. So let's start with the older keyword, which is var. Before 2015, JavaScript didn't have let or const. Everything was declared with var. The problem with var is that the function is scoped, because it's not a block scoped. And that means if you write a var inside an if statement or a loop, it still leaks outside of that block. Let me show the example to understand better. So we have if statement, and I will write inside one variable with var. Let's write message hello world, and I will just console log outside of the if statement, and this still gives me the hello world even if the var or the variable I declare inside of the if. So let's check it out. As you can see, hello world returned. So that's one of the big reasons var is considered outdated for modern JavaScript. And this can lead to bugs, confusion, and unexpected behavior as well. And the next one is let. Now let's look at the let, and I want just to comment it. In let was introduced to fix var's problems actually. And let is block scope, not function scope, and which means anything declared inside curly braces only exists inside that block. So it means you cannot just call it outside of that curly braces. So let me show the same, and then you will see the output. Console log message. So we declared let inside of our if curly braces, and if we call it, it's returning message is not defined, so which means it's undefined. So this is the behavior we expect. Variables should stay inside the block where they belong actually. So let is perfect for cases where the value will change over time, like counters, loops, or reassignments. So for example, let me show this. So we'll declare with let called count, and we will assign the value 0, and we'll assign the count plus 1, and we'll see in the console. Let's clear it out and let's check it. So yeah, this one is still giving the error, so let me first comment it, and we're getting 1. So it's so flexible but still fails. So now let's talk about the most important one, which is const. So const stands for constant, but many people misunderstand what that means actually. So const means that you cannot reassign the variable, but the value itself can still change if it's an object or an array. Otherwise, you cannot reassign the value as well. For example, let me show one. Let me first open the variable called price, and I will assign 100. And then I will try to reassign this 100 to 150, and we'll see in the console. Yep. Let me clear it, and let's see it. So as you can see, it's giving assignment to constant variable. So which means it's a type error, so it's not possible to change or reassign the value to the same variable one more time after declaring. So, but if const object, if it holds an object or an array, it's possible to reassign the values. So let me show that one of them. Const, I will write object, and then I will just write name for example, John, right? And then I will write object.name Doe, and then I will just console it. As you can see, John changed it to Doe, so I just reassigned the name to the Doe, and if I'm still using the constant. So you cannot just replace the entire object. So most developers prefer const by default because it prevents accidental assignments. So we use lat only when you know the value most of them. And we avoid var completely unless you're working with very old code. So let's compare now all three in one example. So let's comment out again. So var is a function scoped and it's outdated and avoid. And lat is block scoped. It's good for values that it's possible and easy to reassign the values and easy to change. And const is block scoped, but it's for values that should not be reassigned. And here's a quick example. You can see it. So I will just declare a var. Let's say a is equal to 1. And I will just declare let b is equal to 2. And const is c is equal to 3. So we can still reassign the values for and let, but we cannot change the constant. So if I write b is equal to 5, this is still okay. But if I write c is equal to 10, this gives an error because of the constant. Now you know exactly when to use var, lat, and constant. Mastering this makes your JavaScript cleaner, safer, and easier to debug. In the next lesson, we're going to learn something powerful about data types in JavaScript, strings, numbers, booleans, null, undefined, objects, and more. This is a core topic for every programmer. If you're enjoying this series, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you in the next videos.